Today we're going to make crock pot cornbread casserole. We're starting with 1 can of sweet corn cream style. And then I drained these whole kernels of corn that we're also going to put in there, 1 can of that. Moving right along, we've got 1 stick of melted butter. Make sure to get all that little melty goodness in there. And then we have 2 large eggs that I already beat. We're going to pour that in there. Don't want to waste none of the good egg stuff in there. All right, now that that's in there, got 1 cup of sour cream. We're going to put the whole thing, just plop it on in there. Boom. This is going to be some creamy, corny goodness. If I ever seen it in my life. Okay, we have all that sour cream in there. And finally, most important part, we have Jiffy corn muffin mix that we're just gonna dump in there. Got a little bit more. Sometimes there's little clumpies in there. Gotta go home, little clumpies. Go home to your crock pot. Okay. So now that that's in there, we're gonna give it a nice little stir, get all the ingredients kind of mixed in there together. So we have that on there. Put the top on. Oops, here we go. Top on, and we're gonna put it on low for 3 to 4 hours. And we're gonna come back and this thing's gonna be looking good, I promise. Let's take a look at this crock pot cornbread casserole. Ooh, that is looking good. This feels like the perfect thing that would be if you have 2 crock pots in conjunction with like a chili that you could cook both for about the same amount of time, and then you got the cornbread and the chili. Well, let's give this thing a try. Ooh. Wow. Now remember, this is a cornbread casserole. See how it tastes. That's pretty dang good. That is really good. That's like a perfect side dish. That would definitely go great with some chili. Maybe throw some hot sauce in it if you're from Louisiana. Oh yeah, we like it. All right, we're gonna make a poor man's stew. We're gonna start with 3 russet potatoes that we chopped up. We're gonna add 1 pound of ground beef to that. Ground beef, and we're going to take 1 medium onion that I diced up and put that in there. This is a great recipe for the winter time. Got some chopped up carrots, got some like thick chopped up carrots. So we got all that. Let's get that kind of mixed up together before we add the other parts. What's one of y'all's favorite crock pot recipes you make during the winter time? All right, once you got those, got a couple potatoes we missed. All right, once you got all that together, we're gonna put in 2 cups of beef broth. 2 cups worth. And then we're gonna put in a can of diced tomatoes. That all mixed in there. Here comes my favorite part, the seasonings and whatnot. So we got 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. I like garlic, so I'm gonna do a little bit more than that. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon worth of salt. teaspoon worth of black pepper, about 2 teaspoons worth of Italian seasoning. Oh yeah. Then we'll just do a little bit of onion salt. Some people do onion powder. If you want just the onion part, we're doing a little onion salt. Okay, so we're gonna take all those ingredients, just kind of mix it all in there together so it's gonna cook nice and evenly throughout there. Some people take a mixing bowl and do these steps separately, but I figured it'd be less dirty dishes and simpler if I just did it all in one. That's smelling good already. We haven't even started cooking it. All right, so now that we got all that in there, we're gonna set the heat to high. And we're gonna close this and we're gonna check it in 3 to 4 hours. So check it in maybe 3 hours, but you wanna put it in there for 3 to 4 hours on high, and we'll come back. All right, 4 hours later, let's check out our poor man's stew. Ooh, that smells good. What you think?
It looks and smells good.
Let's give it a little try skis.
It's so healthy.
Healthy and just easy to make. Let's give it a little try skis. It's hot because I just pulled it out of there, so bear with me. That was really good. It's cheap too, which is goes in the name. It's got good flavor to it. I highly recommend. I pour in 30 ounces of shredded hash browns. We're making some crock pot cheesy bacon potatoes. Once we have those in there, we're gonna take half of this cheese. I shredded up 16 ounces of cheese. We're gonna only put half in it right now. This was one of the top voted recipes this week and last week, so I figured it was time to make it. Once you have half the cheese in there, you're also gonna take half of your bacon you cook up. I have 16 ounces of bacon. Put half of it in there at this point. About that much. I cooked it myself. Some people get it pre-cooked. I like to cook it myself. And then we have half an onion that I chopped up that we're gonna throw in there as well. Onion's optional. If you don't like onions, just leave it out. I do like onions, so. And then we have some sour cream. We got 8 ounces of sour cream. I'm gonna throw into the mix. And then cream of chicken. 1 can of cream of chicken soup. See, I love sour cream and onions personally. My wife, she has her own opinions.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I like sneak it in there and she doesn't know, she likes it. So.
It's true.
All right, once you have that in there, you're gonna take a cup of milk and pour that in as well. Okay, once you have all those ingredients in there, you're gonna take a wooden spoon or whatever you wanna use and go ahead and stir all those ingredients together, get it nice and mixed in together. Just get it folded in. Some people do this in a mixing bowl. I don't really feel like dirtying up a bowl, and I feel like I can mix it fine in the crock pot. So that's what I'm doing. All right, y'all, now that we got that nice and folded in there, we're gonna take the rest of that cheese and just dump it over the top. It's a little clumpy because I shredded it myself. This isn't the bagged stuff. I like that better. And I've heard bagged stuff has a little extra ingredients in there that you don't want. And then we take the rest of that bacon and throw that over the top, and just go ahead and spread that somewhat evenly. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, once you have all that in there, we're gonna put the top on, and we're gonna put it on high for 2 to 3 hours. We'll come back and this baby should be ready. All right, let's check it out. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Oh, this is like the perfect comfort food side dish. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta get right into this. I'm so glad that y'all voted for this recipe, because now I get to enjoy it. I feel like I'm at Cracker Barrel on steroids. Look at that. Man.
Looks good.
Looks super good. I'm hungry too. It's dinner time. It's about to be my side. Y'all gotta try this. Now that it's getting a little colder, we need some good warm sides. Holidays are coming up. This will definitely be a hit. At the Thanksgiving table, Christmas, any time of year, really. This thing is good. Y'all gotta try it. Y'all, we're gonna make the poor man's sausage dinner. We're gonna start with 1.5 pounds of baby potatoes. And then we have chopped up yellow onion. Get that mixed in. Once you have that mixed in there, we're gonna add 1/2 head of cabbage to it. Save some of this other cabbage for later. And we're gonna take some steak seasoning, put it over the top of our cabbage. Kind of get that gently mixed with the rest of the ingredients in there. Finally, we got our sausage. You can do regular smoked sausage. My wife and I have been doing more chicken sausage, so that's what I'm using today, because we want to eat this whole thing. So that's about 12 to 14 ounces of sausage there, and then we're going to take 2 cups of chicken broth and just pour that over it. And it's okay if it's not like fully submerged in the chicken broth. That is totally good. Once we have it cooked and everything in there, everything will be looking just right. Give that just one more gentle stir. Get things mixed just gently. Okay, once you have that gently mixed together, we're going to put the lid on. We're going to put it on high for 4 hours. And we'll come back and this baby should be ready. All right, let's check out this poor man's sausage dinner. Ooh, it's looking good. I mean, when it comes to cabbage, I'm pretty easy to please, because I just love like a cabbage dinner. But look at that. I mean, that just looks like Old English right there. More. Did you give him a good look at that? All right, let's give this thing a try. Try to get some sausage on there, some cabbage, a little of that potato. Just kidding. Oh my goodness, that is good. It's hot, but ooh, that's got some nice flavor. We're gonna make some crock pot lasagna soup. So we started with 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes and then the petite dice, a can of that, 14.5 ounces. Next, we're gonna throw in 1 pound of ground beef that I already browned and drained of the grease as much as I could. Try to get all those little bits of ground beef. Put that in there. And then I chopped up half of an onion. Throw that in there. Should get all the little bits. And we chopped up a red pepper. Liking all that color. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks tasty already.
And then finally, we're gonna put in our seasonings. I'm gonna put in some Italian seasoning. If you're looking for a measurement, put in about a teaspoon or so. I'm doing a little more because we like flavor in this house. Well, I do. Okay. And then we're gonna do minced garlic. Oops, I didn't show you that's what that is, minced garlic. The recipe calls for a teaspoon of it, but we like garlic in this house, so we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of garlic. In fact, I want a little bit more, it just doesn't seem like enough garlic for me. There we go.
You do love garlic.
Oh yeah. Next we have some beef broth by Kettle and Fire. It's a great brand if you want to have a little higher quality. We're going to put in the whole carton, which is about 4 cups worth of beef broth. Okay, once you got all that, let's just give it a nice little stir. Already smells good. We haven't even started cooking it yet. Okay, now that we have that nice and stirred in there pretty good, we're gonna put the lid on. We're gonna set it on high for 3 to 4 hours. And then in 3 to 4 hours, we're gonna do the next step and we'll be almost done. All right, y'all, it's been in a little over 3 hours. Like I said, you wanna do 3 to 4 hours. Now, for the next part, we're gonna put in some lasagna. We're gonna take the lasagna and we're gonna break it into little bite-sized pieces and put in here. Just little bite-sized pieces, kind of just disperse it all around. Got it nice and broken up in there. All right, then you wanna kind of stir them into it, get it nice and submerged in there. Okay, so now that we got it nice and stirred up in there, we're gonna put the lid back on it. And we're gonna let it cook for another 30 to 45 minutes. And then we're gonna serve it up, and we got a few extra little things once we're ready to serve it up that we're gonna do. It's gonna really put it over the top. All right, y'all. Let's take a look. So it's been about 40 minutes. Looking like all the lasagna noodles are ready. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, but we're not finished, y'all. Got a few fixings we gotta do. Look at that. Y'all, my wife requested this, so this one goes out to her.
So excited.
She's doing the filming today. Okay. So, it's 3 steps. I'm gonna start with a little ricotta.
Ooh.
Go. We got the mozzarella, the ricotta, and then finally the Parmesan. So I guess you could call this like a 3 cheese, once you got these parts on there, a 3 cheese lasagna soup. Now for the moment of truth. Let's get all that mixed on in there. Okay, let's get a little bite. That's pretty hot still, so let me. I need to get one of those bowl cozy things for holding the hot bowls. Ooh, it's getting hot on my hand. Can one of y'all put a link to one of your favorite bowl koozies? Or maybe maybe someone can mail me one. Oh my gosh, it's getting hot. Hold up. Okay, let me. That is excellent.
Are you glad we made it?
I'm so glad. So glad you requested this. Y'all, you got to try this at home. Especially in all this cold, snowy weather we got going on.